Greetings, y'all. How you doing? Happy Saturday to you. I love these little things. But anyway, my little snack for the day. I have these moments where I go through thinking and thinking and thinking. The last couple weeks would be one of those moments, and I'll probably be doing it for the rest of the year. And I'm really, right now I live alone. Not lonely, but alone. I go where I'm going alone. I go out to eat by myself. I go to concerts by myself. I go wherever I want to go by myself. But I found that I no longer need permission to do anything at this point. I don't call and ask somebody, would you like to go there? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? When I first started doing that, it was really weird. But I got to a point where I had to get rid of every single person in my life, because I realized that the narrative that I was raised under, and I was raised under, I really don't talk about it, but I was raised under a very bad narrative. I was told I was going to be a statistic, and I mean constantly I was told pretty much that I wasn't going to do anything. And you know how they say you're taught that white people's ice is colder. I was taught that everybody's ice was colder, unless I was dealing with my mother. And when she passed or got sick and stopped being able to talk, things like that, I pretty much lost my best friend, my inspiration, my motivation, everything. She was a fantastic person, but she was someone who believed in me, who loved me, who, she really just thought I was a cool person, just as a human being, for no reason. And I remember she would say things to me like, don't you ever worry about it. One day somebody is going to love you. Just randomly, no reason. And so when she passed, pretty much everybody who came into my life at that point was about taking. Take. And it's not necessarily whether they were taking money or anything. They were taking from my spirit. They did not feed my spirit at all. And after 20 some odd years, I realized that just like life, either you're growing or you're dying. In relationships, either you're giving or you're taking. And it's a reciprocal thing. So if a person is in your life and they're not giving, then they are taking. And depending on what it is that they're giving, is it significant enough? Is it peaceful enough? Is it loving enough? Is it worthy of whatever it is that they're also taking, right? And you're the same way. Are you an asset to this person? And I found that everybody around me, I treated them like their ice was colder, because that's what I was raised to do. And no matter what I did for them, how I helped them, anything like that, it was never enough in the back of my head. And so at some point, I couldn't take it anymore, and I just cut everybody off. Everybody except one person. And my children, of course. But then I even found in that relationship there was a weird dynamic as well. So I had to readjust and redo myself. And once I got used to it, I just stopped asking for permission to do, and I've just been doing what I want to do. I just get up and do it. Where I want to go, I just get up and go. What I want to wear, everything. I have no need to ask to be accepted, to be loved, to be cared for, to look good, to whatever. Because it got to a point in my life where if I looked too good, and this is the truth, I started to feel like that was a problem for whoever I was with, because in some cases who I was with, whether they would say it or not, they would act weird. I don't like the word jealous at all, so I don't use it, but they'd be something. So long story short, and I said all that to say this, is that I love getting older because I no longer have to ask for permission to be whatever I want to be. And anybody who comes into my life, I've come to realize that I don't need their permission for anything. I never have and I never will. And I was talking to somebody about relationships recently, and I'm like, first thing everybody asks, you should be married, da 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 da. And I'm divorced. And somebody he didn't condemn me. He was just kind of like, well, the book says in sickness and health till death do you part, not just because you can't make it or just because whatever it was that I explained to this person. And that sat on me, and I think that's what started this process of thought. Because at the end of the day, the relationship was taking. It was taking, and it wasn't taking because he was such a bad person. It was taking because I was playing the narrative that everybody's ice was colder, including who I was with, even if it wasn't. No matter what they took, I was still playing that narrative in my head. So I don't even know. I pray a lot, and I say, bring me who I need, because clearly who I've wanted has not been the truth, So don't be afraid to let everybody go if you have to, so you can find your own peace, and stop asking for permission. It's one of the best places to be ever. And I think as I age, and I'm about to turn 44, the more you get to that space, the better off you'll be and the happier you'll be in life. That's my spiel for the day. It was inspired. That's an inspired conversation from weeks ago, but that's just how I think. It takes me a while. All right, y'all be well and stay well. Peace.